All right, you guys, so today is March 22nd of 2025. Let's go ahead and get into this first reading. Now, this first portion, this talks about somebody who knew someone else off TikTok, didn't know them in person. But behind the scenes, because they were connected to some sort of diabolical group, they were able to get in contact with someone's daughter. Now, both these individuals, they traveled to Germany. They used some sort of like dark magic manipulation. They did a marriage. But the problem is that this marriage was in her mother's name. They were planning to make some sort of large investment to be able to gain access to her mother's estate accounts that were left to her. These individuals, they worked with a lot of other people. They're trying to figure out how they can still hide this, but it's no longer hidden. There's a lot of people who are under investigation for this, and some people are still plotting behind the scenes on how they can try and cover this up. All right, you guys, so the second part, it talks about a lawyer. I don't know why Indiana is coming up, but there is a female lawyer who has been following someone. The person who she's following is actually the mother. This is who the rightful heir of this estate belongs to. She knows about the false marriage in Germany. She knows about the stolen assets between her daughter and this masculine figure from TikTok who had been instigating her and telling her to follow certain instructions. It doesn't feel like she's on the side of justice, though. It feels like she's trying to somehow ensure that this mother does not figure out what is happening behind the scenes. So she herself may be involved in this criminal ring. I guess we'll find out, right? Let's keep going. Now, this next part here, this shows a very large group of people who are working with the masculine figure who falsely married into the mother's name, the daughter who is involved in this corruption, the female lawyer or prosecutor who is following this woman. There's a very large group of people, and it talks about whatever they did, that it was forbidden. It talks about a betrayal, huge betrayal, but it talks about painful endings. So this is not going to turn out the way they think it's going to turn out. There's something here that has to do with prison. There's something here that has to do with misfortune. There is something here that talks about people needing to open their mind to learn from their experiences so they can move forward. This talks about people who are going to need to start some sort of new job or career because this is not going to bring them the prosperity and abundance that they thought. Okay? Very large group of people. The last part of this spread, it talks about the masculine figure who was involved with this corruption. He was doing things at a bank, but it looks like his mother was also influencing his low vibrational energy because she was expecting to be some sort of queen with a lot of fortune. It talks about undocumented loans, jewelry, investments like Bitcoin, stocks, lockboxes, stolen property, abusive power, insurance fraud, document forgery, and all these other things that she encouraged and assisted her son in doing because he believed that by marrying this other young woman, knowing that her mother was a queen, then they would get rich. And they spent a lot of time and effort on this. This is not panning out. It also shows that a lot of people from all the spell work that they've been sending out, people are becoming very unwell and unhealthy. Anyways, you guys stay tuned for more.